morning and welcome back to the lecture series on tribal studies in India, interdisciplinary approaches and perspectives. Today we are going to discuss the different festivals of the different tribal groups, their festivals and performances. So, tribal communities are very much, a performative people. Their birth, death, wedding and all such different stages of life are celebrated through song, dance and merrymaking. So, be it a happy occasion or a mourning one, they express their emotions through performance. They embrace the joy and sorrow, the different shades of emotions and the different occasions through their communal performance, their shared performative acts. The festival food is basic most of the times. However, it is considered as superior and it is usually more plentiful than their daily meals, and liquor becomes the rice liquor. The Santalis call it as hadia. It is very essential to their celebrations. Durga Bhagavat notes that the nights of festivals are filled with continuous dancing and singing, and social interactions between men and women are usually unreserved on these specific occasions and festivals. Suggestive gestures and songs, explicit content are usually integrated into the festival celebration process. Now, we will take up the different festivals of the different tribes, select tribes that we are going to discuss today. So, the Karma is celebrated as the harvest festival, and Karma or Karam Puja is something common to different communities actually. It is celebrated by the Gonds as well as the Santals. Karma takes place in the rainy season during the bright fortnight of the month of Bhado. The ritual, the dance and the songs form the three integral aspects of this festival. The worship of the Karam tree forms the core of the ritual, and it includes mixed dances with different formations and a variety of songs. The Karma is danced vigorously by the Gond tribes, but the Baigas exhibit an even more systematic approach, and they are famous for their Karma songs and their wide knowledge of different Karma dances. Bhagavat also observes that across central India, the Karma festival is a significant celebration for the lower caste Hindus as well as the aboriginal communities in the eastern regions, which include the Mandla, the Balaghat, Bilaspur regions, the area that is north of Raipur and the northern part of Durg. All these places celebrate Karam Puja or the Karma, and the tribals as well as the lower caste Hindus unanimously celebrate this occasion. So, this tradition also thrives in the former feudatory states of Chhattisgarh and the former Jashpur, Raigarh and Sarangarh states, connecting with the Kaimur range and the Chota Nagpur plateau, where the Karam or Karma festival and dances are celebrated. They continue to flourish in a very lively manner, very vigorously. So, we see that in eastern Madhya Pradesh, the Karma is now a year round dance for all the important occasions, enjoyed by young people both in winter and summer under the moonlight or the firelight. It is the main dance of the local tribes that is greatly enriching their social and romantic lives through nightly celebrations. Let us take a look at this video, how Karma is celebrated. People wear their headgear made up of feathers, and they carry a stick, young and old ones alike, and it becomes a kind of a community gathering where people are dancing with headgears, with instruments, playing instruments, and it is way of merrymaking. We see that the Gond tribes rituals or religion involves worshipping the Buddha Dev or Bada Dev. In Raipur, Bada Dev is represented by a stone and is believed to live in the Saja tree. The worship of Bada Dev takes place once in 3 years and begins with songs. One such song from Raipur is as follows. Of what is the staff made? The staff is made of bamboo. This is the staff of God, the staff of mother, the cloth flag of the Desai mother, the mother of the village. So, during the worship of Buddha Deo or Bada Deo, invitation is given to all the gods through the Raipur song mentioned. And men take their yellow and black flags, beat the drums, and men and women dance and sing together. The eldest member of a family make the various emblems of the gods. The women clean the house with cow dung and leave when the deities are being worshipped. A similar role is played by the women in the Santhal tribe too. So, we see that women are part of the preparatory stages of any ritual, but they cannot participate in the main worship. Further, when the sacrifices of animals are made, women are allowed to partake in the sacrificial food only after men have finished their eating. So, when the feast of Buddha Deo is celebrated, no one in the village can refuse the invitation. No distinction of caste and creed is observed or allowed. So, all humans are treated as equal in all the tribal communities. There is no system of caste informing their society. The sacrificial food is distributed among all. And following the feasting, men and women sing songs and enjoy themselves in a similar manner as the Santhals do during their Sohrai. However, merrymaking does not form a compulsory part of the ritual. From Karam, celebrated by the Gonds, we move to another Gond festival called the Halki. During the Halki, a major Gond festival, the Halki dance is danced by men and women together who stand in a circle. A defining characteristic of Halki is that each man in the circle holds two women around their waists, one on each side. The drummers position themselves in the center, setting the rhythm for the dancing group. Responding to the beat, the dancers step slightly inward towards the center and then they move back a little. The women's hands are free and they wave them back and forth while their feet move with a slow dragging motion. The Halki dance and songs are linked to the Thakur Deo feast, Thakur meaning the great god, the great spirit of the tribals, of the Gonds. And this feast commemorates the marriage of the earth mother or Dharti Mai to Thakur Deo. The original Halki songs are sung in the Gondi language and are dedicated to various deities including Lingo, the goddess Mata, the goddess of tattoos, the goddess of smallpox, the village goddess, and especially the seven sisters who are part, all these gods are part of the Gond, Gond ritual complex or theological complex. So, spanning from the month of Bhado to Diwali day, what is Diwali in the Hindu calendar, the Halki festival reaches its peak on the Diwali day, which is the designated Halki day. Here is an excerpt from a Halki song. On the hilltop, whose temple is that, O grandfather? Of what tree are made the pillars? Of Orcha tree ark made the pillars. Of what will the planks of the roof be? The planks of the roof will be teak. So, this is the description of a temple that is being built. Next, we talk about Jhamu Nacha, considered as the most arduous and heroic dance of Odisha. The fire pitting dance is performed with rhythmic skill and deep emotion. The dancers usually fast to honor their principal deity before this enactment or performance, and they undertake the dance as a ritualistic offering to the god. It is common for several dancers to perform in sequence during the Jhamu Nacha. From here, we move on to the Urali tribes in Kerala. The Uralis are a tribe of agricultural workers who were mainly residents of the Cardamom Hills in Kerala. Like most of the tribes in South India, the Urali worship nature as gods and they look at nature as the inventor of the world. They consider the sun as the creator of all the souls and moon as the mother of all creations. and worshipping the sun comprises an important aspect of the Urali religion. Music is an intrinsic part of the Urali tribe's culture, and drums and flute comprise the main musical instruments. The Uralis perform traditional Urali dances that match the rhythms of their music. Worshipping the sun can also be seen in the Hindu religion. Such similarities can either have their roots in exchange or in the independent existence of different practices. So, it is not really known whether some common practices between the Hindus and the tribal communities are owing to cultural exchanges, or whether they were independently present in among both the sets of people, both the different, both the groups. So, there are some rituals that are very similar between the Hindus and the different tribal communities, and it is not clearly known whether one group has influenced the other and there has been a cultural exchange, ritual exchange, or if these traditions, these practices existed independently among each of the groups. Next, I move on to the Santhal festivals. According to Jethro Orsi, the Santhal's religious experience is tied to their collective seasonal rites and their associated dance and festivals, which have both religious as well as secular components. As an agricultural community, the Santhal's religious rites focus on the social necessities of fertility and generation, and their religious practices, spiritual practices are very much intertwined with their daily lives. They are a highly ritualistic tribe, emphasizing the importance of the time, place and officiant for any sacrifice. Each sacrifice made during rituals must adhere to specific norms, a fixed procedure and a defined content of invocations or chants. Agriculture plays a key role in Santhal festivals, with celebrations such as Baha, Eroksim, Hariyarsim, Irigundli Nawai, Janthar, Sohrai and Magsim tied to the farming activities. The Santhals also observe festivals connected to their yearly hunt. Further, the Santhals have other less frequent festivals that are not related to agriculture, such as the Karam, Jomsim and Magmor. So, let us take up some of these festivals and try to understand them, how the Santhals celebrate them and what is the logic or the rationale behind celebrating these particular festivals. Hariyarsim is celebrated in the month of July-August on the germination of seeds after they push out new shoots. So, once the new shoots come out of the seeds, Hariyarsim is celebrated in July-August. Santhals offer their sacrifices to their demigods or spirits, who are locally known as the Bongas, with the intention of a lush paddy harvest. Before the day of Hariyarsim, the Naike fasts, Naike meaning the priest, the Santhal tribal priest, he fasts and does the rituals. Just like in the case of Eroksim, people, the general people from the village are refrained from transplanting the paddy unless this public worship is performed. So, paddy cannot be transplanted from the fields unless Hariyarsim has been celebrated in a village. If they do that, the crops will not be very good in that year, where there will be some they believe that there will be some kind of natural calamity or pests actually destroying their crops, or some such negative impact. Which is considered as a curse of the Bongas or the spirits. Next, we have Janthar. Janthar festival is celebrated as the first fruits of the harvest are considered as sacred. The importance of these rituals is reflected in the fact that anyone eating the fruits before Janthar is celebrated can be seen as a taboo. So, the fruits are first offered to the god. The gods, the spirits need to be honored first. The honoring is done by offering them the first fruits, the first harvest. The Santhals have multiple festivals related to offering the first fruits and the first harvest to their Bongas, which include Janthar as well as Irigundli Nawai. Accompanied by the village men, the Naike or priest goes to the Jaher Than, the Than of Jaher or earth goddess basically, and he salutes the Sarjam tree, which is the holiest tree among the Santals, and then there is offering to the Pargana Bonga. Right, the Sarjam tree itself is representative of the Pargana Bonga, which kind of protects the village. When once he is satiated, he will protect the village. That is Pargana Bonga. So, the end of the rituals lifts the taboo on eating of certain fruits. Each season has its own rituals of offering the first fruits and harvests to the deities and spirits, and only then can the villagers partake those fruits, those crops. Next we have Sohrai or the harvest festival, which is the most significant public event for the Santals, typically held around December-January after the rice harvest is complete. The rituals in Sohrai involve sacrificing of fowls to village and ancestral spirits. Notably, on the first day, the girls perform the Kumara or the blessing of the cows ceremony. The cows are celebrated, they are worshipped during the Sohrai, and so Kumara is a ritual intended to protect the cattle from diseases and witchcraft, because cattle is part of their agro-based economy. If the cattle flourish, if they give birth and they live healthily, then their agro-based economy will also flourish. No family will go, without food. There will be no starvation, no natural calamity or drought or famine. Witches that are often believed to be women are thought to possess some kind of evil eye that is capable of harming the cattle, and cattle is a symbol of prosperity in a household. So, cattle are worshipped during Sohrai. Next we have Baha. The Baha Parab or flower festival takes place after the full moon in February-March. So, basically the Falguni Purnima, that is considered as Baha, which coincides with the blossoming of Sal and Mahua trees. Baha is marked by feasting that includes drinking, dancing, eating and merrymaking, and it is considered as a righteous celebration in contrast to the licentious nature of Sohrai. So in Sohrai, people are allowed to lose bodily control to some extent, whereas Baha is considered as a righteous celebration where sobriety is more prevalent. Preparations involve renovating the houses. So, this is once in a year the houses get renovated, repainted, rebuilt, and even the old pots and pans, the earthen pots and pans are thrown away and new pots and pans are made during the Baha. So, constructing sheds for spirits such as Marangburu and Jaher Era is also prevalent during the Baha festival, with a separate shed also built for Gosai Era. So, these are some of the prominent deities of the Santals, the Marangburu, Jaher Era and Gosai Era. While they build their own houses and start using new clothes and new utensils during the Baha, they also build new sheds for the spirits. Karam festival is also very prominent among the Santali tribes. So, Karam festival, unlike other festivals, is not an annual ceremony and nor is it the one that could be performed regularly. Truasi writes that it is believed to be a borrowed festival from the neighbors of the Santal community. W.J. Kulshaw says that many songs written during the festival contain references to the heroes of Ramayana. The songs of this festival is recited by the elders from a Santali village, and it has stories of the origin of earth, origin of man, and how the different tribes, the different clans were formed and the division of the different tribes as per the Santal custom. So, like I was saying, these storytelling processes, reading of Jomsin Binti, their holy work, it's a way of bringing together the community and propping up their own identity through knowing the past. and remembering the past. The villagers go for merrymaking during Karam through dancing and singing. Two branches of Karam tree are brought from the forest. The youth who go to bring the branches from the forest go there while dancing and singing, accompanied by the tunes of the drum. Later, the elder people from the village start reciting the Karam Binti, which is the story of the creation and the division of the clans and sub-clans. So, they talk about their ancestry. It's a way of telling the myth, the stories of their ancestry, how each clan was formed within the Santal tribe. The end of the recital of Karam Binti is once again followed by songs and dances. During Karam, young unmarried people from the same sex who want to formalize their lifelong friendship enter into a friendship alliance, and the concerned parties exchange Karam buds, the Karam flowers buds, and they fix them in each other's hair in the presence of all the villagers. So, along with the linking of two friends who promise each other mutual economic assistance, especially at the time of crisis, this alliance, this friendship puts each one of them into a new relationship with the other's family. So, they are also entered into familial terms during through this friendship, through this alliance. They become kind of a member in each other's family. So, to conclude, Gond and Santal tribal performances and festivals are deeply embedded in their cultural and spiritual lives, often revolving around agricultural cycles, deities and ancestral spirits. The Gond's Halki dance, associated with the Thakur Deo feast and honoring of various deities, showcases communal participation and rhythmic movements. Similarly, the Santals have a rich calendar of festivals, including the Sohrai and the Baha, that are marked by rituals, dances, songs and specific social behaviors. These performances and festivals serve not only as entertainment, but also as vital expressions of the tribal identity. Their, it celebrates their social cohesion and the relationship with the natural world, thereby reflecting both unique traditions and also influences from the neighboring cultures at times. They highlight the integral role of collective celebrations in sustaining their cultural heritage. So, I would like to conclude my lecture today by showing this dance form. It's a performance of Karam dance by men and women alike. We see how disciplined and coordinated the dance is. The feet are moving together, the hands are all synchronized, and how the entire village comes together through this song. Men, women, children, the older population alike, they celebrate together through song, dance and playing of drums and other instruments. So, with this we come to the end of our lecture today. Let us meet with a new topic and another round of discussions in our next lecture. Thank you.